There's nothing really more I can do but start the show for our visual viewers on YouTube with this crying Jordan face. As I say, welcome to the Speak On It podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, here after a long week in sports. Excuse my voice. It is recovering from a long trip to the great state of Tennessee. And we will get into it. You know I can't do it alone. I've got the incredibly annoying mad producer podcast Poppy in the building.
Don't ask on Mike. I haven't talked to Mike since Saturday night. Mike has been avoiding me like the plague. It's insane. I've wanted nothing more than to just talk to Mike all day over the last few days. I want to talk to him on Sunday. He stayed out of the chat. I want to talk to him on Monday. He stayed out of the chat. Very briefly was he in the chat. All I want to do is talk to my friend Michael, and he didn't want to talk to me. It's so crazy. Have you ever had somebody like who you care so deeply for as a person, and they just don't want to fucking talk to you? It's so fucking crazy. Like, it's so crazy and upsets me. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart.
It does like, no such thing.
It hurts my heart because I found this. I shared this in the group chat. I need to share it with everybody here. This is Mike watching the Titans. Motherfucker. Every time. It's a shame, Mike. I respect you as a man. I love you as a person. You're a great friend, but you weren't being a great friend to me over these last couple days, and it hurts. Poor K.
This has been, if there's ever been a moment to question your fandom for a team, this weekend has tried it. This weekend has definitely tried it. Before we get into it further, because this episode is just hell for me, just hell. We got to deal with Dylan. I also have to deal with this man, our reigning, defending 2024 fantasy football champion, who I lost to this week in fantasy football. Anthony is here, and he has something special for everyone to see.
How you doing, guys?
Give that up now. You ain't defending nothing. You're about to be the lineal champion.
See, Dylan, here's what you don't understand, right? I am the first ever fantasy football champion for 2024.
I mean, hold on. The first ever for 2024. Mike won the first year. You just can't do for the year.
But we didn't get him though. We got
bastards decide to chip in.
I am the George Michael of this bitch, all right? I am the first one to get this belt. I am the first one to hoist this up, loud and proud. You see what happens when you feel you've been treated unfairly, but you back it up with your actions? And that's what I did. I spent a whole year. Like I spent a whole year beating the brakes off of both of these men that you see above me, while Dylan is over here crying foul about all these different injuries that I don't.
Yeah, dude, I had the last time I played you, Mahomes played the worst game of his life. Kelsey got hurt. Mike Evans got hurt in the first quarter. I had no shot at all. But now Anthony is running. He got his belt, and now he's not going to participate in fantasy football ever again, because then he can say, I never lost. I'm still the champ. I didn't draft that team. That had nothing to do with me. He's going to do that thing he does where he's like, oh, I won. I'm out. I'm never participating ever again. I told you. Mike.
What are you talking about? You talking about? You do realize that there's fantasy champions for each year, right? It's not just like, oh, I lost, now somebody else gets the belt. No, that doesn't go like that, Dylan. There's a new champion each league. All right, relax.
Yeah, but now we get you're on your defense.
But this is
not participating.
I am literally trying to get it.
No, you're not. You would have been in. Don't act like you're fucking 70. You know how to do this.
I've never seen somebody who's that in a rush to lose against, like, I still don't understand.
You don't even know who's on your team. So
and I'm still 1-1. And I'm still 1-1. So fuck it.
I mean, Mike's got some bad on his side. Mike's got some bad on his side. Mike does all Mike does is talk shit about Joe Burrow. Yeah, Joe Burrow came out against Kansas City. It was fucking awesome. And he's like, fuck. Yeah, Joe Burrow was great. Joe Burrow was great. Who'd you have playing quarterback this week, Mike?
Does it matter? The answer to your question is Lamar Jackson.
Yikes. I'm sorry. Don't worry. I thought the Raiders
on IR.
Lose that game too.
Pacheco's on IR. Christian Kirk doesn't want to play football anymore.
I don't even want to talk about these injuries, man. This shit is depressing.
Tua's brain is made.
Cat food. I've been saying it for years. Cat food brain.
It's rough.
Deebo Samuel's injured again.
It's rough over here. Brandon, you can't put just. It's rough.
The Rams team is just absolutely decimated.
Is just decimated.
But you know what? It's funny. Like when I was they're playing the Niners, I was destroying them, and then I realized the Niners team is also decimated with injuries too. So I'm like, that game could kind of sort of be a toss-up.
But let's get to it. Our first. Roz will not be here, by the way. He is out. But Jets Titans from Nashville. If you joined us last week, pissed Dylan off immensely. But me and Roz were at this game. It was hell to get there. It was supposed to be a 2-hour flight. It took me from the time I got to the airport to the time I got to my uncle's house where we were staying. It took 12 hours for me to get to Atlanta, to then get up and drive 4 hours to Tennessee. Me and Roz got to the game. I didn't get to be fair, I was okay with not seeing the intros. I was okay with it. It took almost 45 minutes to park. Got there before the game started. 45 minutes to park. Doesn't matter. Saw the first touch. Introduced Roz to Titans first down, Spartan yell. Everything was going great. We were up 7-0. Had the ball at the goal line, about to go up either 14-0 or 10-0. Cool. Jets offense looked, if we want to use the word. And then in real time, everything changed.
So, Mike, before you continue, I have a question for you. Last week, you called me a hater when talking about one Mr. Will Levis. Now that you watched it in person and saw the type of stupidity that man plays football with, what are your thoughts on Will Levis?
To be fair, you are.
I hated Will Levis. So before we get, I hated Will. So I hate players before they get on the Titans, right? I'm very clear about that. So the players that I hate on the Titans, I hated before they got on the Titans, and then it just so happens that they end up Titans. Example one's Treylon Burks. He stinks, right? He's bad. Will Levis, I was very low on Will Levis coming out of college. Turns out he also kind of stinks. So I said, going into this season, I said, by the end of the year, I expect the Titans to move on from him because financially they're not tied to him. And I really don't think he has more than what he's shown so far. Now that you've seen him play after I said that, what is your thoughts on Will Levis?
He's Josh Allen in his rookie year. He has all the physical gifts. All of them.
Yeah, I don't think Will Levis stinks at all.
He has all the physical gifts you could want.
Because I've seen him make enough good plays to be like, okay, this kid has potential. Like,
listen,
outside of that,
about Zach Wilson, and you have
but Dylan, come on, he's not Zach Wilson, Dylan. Will Levis has played better than Zach Wilson, Dylan. Like, yes, he's had two awful moments that have basically cost the Titans 2 freaking games. But let's take away those moments for a second. He's played fairly well. He just needs to clean some things up.
And I don't like the rookie Josh Allen comparison, because rookie Josh Allen, I saw the ceiling with his ability to throw the football accurately. It's just he needed to calm down the fastball, and he did. The problem with him was his decision making when it would come to like the Caleb Williams stuff where he just ran around too much. That shit he needed to clean up real bad. And that shit got fixed when they got him Stephon Gilmore and Brian Daboll really worked with him. Will Levis doesn't really have that same type of excuse because he already had DeAndre Hopkins coming in. Like, he had elite wide receiver there. He's got a better offensive coordinator now. That guy's just kind of dumb.
He does.
He's kind of fucking dumb.
But also, to be fair, it doesn't help when you start the season off with two of the best defenses in the league.
Who the Titans face week 1?
Bears.
Yeah, but they didn't lose. They lost because of other dumb shit. Like, and they kind of lost because of him, if we're being real here. If we're being very real here, like, you had some special team stuff go on, but if he doesn't throw that fucking pick six.
If he doesn't throw the pick six, we probably would still lose. But I told you, I blame week 1 on the coaching staff because the Titans just completely stopped running the ball. They were up 17 and just completely stopped running the ball and just gave Chicago every chance to get back in the game. Sunday, it was actually the complete opposite. Tennessee went into a shell. They completely went. He did the exact same thing again. Only this time it was worse because we were in the red zone. All he had, it was third down. The Jets got pressure. All he had to do was take the sack. Just take the sack. It's 10-0. It's 10-0. We're feeling good. He again tries to flip the ball before he gets sacked for who knows what reason. I don't know. Coach don't know. I'm pretty sure Will don't know.
I think your coach hates him.
I mean, I think he is furious with him like the rest of us are, because literally, without saying it, exactly what he said to him is exactly what we were all saying in the stands. What are you doing? Like, what? There's no rhyme or reason for it. What are you doing?
There was too many times where your head coach was yelling that at him on Sunday.
What are you
Way
doing?
Too many times for if. And I wish the Jets did that more with Zach when Zach was doing dumb shit, where they would sit there and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" As opposed to letting him.
They would have lost their voice.
Huh?
They would have lost their voice. They would have said it every single
time. They did that, so he felt it. Where he's like, okay, cool, as opposed to just sitting there and just go sit down and look at the Surface tablet. No, your coach needs to be either like, what the fuck are you doing? What's wrong with you? So
he fumbles. Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback, comes right down the field and scores because he's in a Hall of Fame quarterback.
We're getting used to this.
Tennessee gets the ball.
I know.
And of
good
course,
quarterback.
And of course, because our offensive coordinator, we have to prove that we believe in Will, and we're going to throw the ball deep on the first play to show him it's okay. He promptly throws an interception.
To who? To who? Who did he throw? Who was the wide receiver that he targeted?
He targeted Ridley.
No, it was Treylon Burks.
It was Burks. No, you're right. It was Burks. Burks. And I don't know why he threw the Burks on that play either.
Because he was double covered.
Yeah, I don't know why he threw it over there anyway. But he threw the pick, and Roz is not here. But Roz will tell you, I instantly stopped having fun at the game. I instantly said in that moment, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. because the whole game just flipped. We were going to win that game, and it flipped on a dime. And and from that moment, it was a dogfight. And if you look, the Jets just outscored us by, I think, by 7. Just one touch. Like, it was a dogfight from that moment on.
So let me give you the perception of somebody who watched it at home now, right? There, how many Jet fans were there, Mike?
I would say 20% of the stadium, maybe
because
25.
You heard all of the Jet fans on TV.
Yeah, so
you heard all of them on TV.
It was funny because me and Roz were talking about it. It wasn't like it was like when the Knicks took over Philly. It wasn't like that.
It wasn't that, but it was.
It was just that they were very loud. That was all it was. It was just that they were very loud. It wasn't that many of them because Roz will tell you the Tennessee crowd, it was very loud in the stand. Like the Titans, we was there. We was into it. When the defense, and that's why I love my team. When the defense was on the field getting stops, that place was rocking. Third down defense yells was rocking in that building. And I was telling Roz, I hate Jet fans because they're such front runners. So, like I said, I don't know how it proceeds on TV, but they were quiet. The only time you heard those Jet fans is when the Jets scored. That was the only time you heard them. You didn't hear them chanting defense. There was no Brees chants. There was none of that.
I heard Brees chants
when he scored the touchdown. Anything else, it was quiet. You couldn't hear them doing anything because the Jet fans were waiting for them to lose. They were waiting for it. You could feel it because it wasn't until about the fourth quarter that I still was sitting there like this game is going to come down. Somebody's going to make a mistake. And I was like, I hope the Jets fumble or something because I know Aaron's not going to throw a pick. Aaron doesn't throw picks. So I was just hoping a fumble or a fourth down because, again, my defense. Dylan laughed at me.
You have a great defense this year.
When we made that last trade,
that's not what you said earlier.
He didn't say that.
Me? When did I say the Titans didn't have a great defense?
You said it many times. The defense was not.
When I told you how good
this year
defense was. Yes.
Yes, you said it a lot of times.
I don't think a linebacker was going to give you another win, especially linebacker.
I told you
not guaranteed 100 tackles. That type of linebacker doesn't get you another win.
Changed that defense. That defense is now a above average top 12-ish defense.
I don't think he brought you over. What brought you over were your corners. I don't think your linebacker changed it. Your corners.
Snead is really
good. That's why I'm like, I don't think a linebacker made a difference. Your corners made a difference. Having guys who could actually cover finally make a difference.
This is tough because we know how the game ended. But boy, oh boy, did I enjoy watching that game. Because you know who the best corner on the field was? It wasn't Sauce.
It was Snead.
It was Snead.
This was the worst game of Sauce's career.
You know who was getting cooked out there? It was Sauce getting cooked out there.
Well, if we're being real here, Sauce only got cooked on one play.
Oh, no. See,
he did.
Where TV fails you. Because
that's not how I watch TV.
I saw Sauce get cooked multiple times in that game.
How many catches did Sauce give up?
I couldn't tell you.
Because he didn't give up 5 catches.
Couldn't tell you. I know he got cooked a few times. I know he got juked out of his boots by Tony Pollard on one play.
Oh, he did.
I saw Sauce getting in hell in that game. And Roz will tell you because every single time something happened to Sauce, I would tap Roz and go, "Oh, was that play on Sauce?" But I thought no one ever catches the ball on him.
That's the problem. That's the problem when a guy like Sauce sets the standard so high because of how good he's been that when he finally has a bad game, it's microscope. Like, we're going to look at everything he did. Did you know that that's only the second touchdown he's given up in his career?
Cooked.
Second, he got cooked. He stopped playing that ball because Chuck Clark came and was like this fucking close to actually making a play on that. So he let it go.
Let me tell you how unbelievable that is watching live, because that
was crazy.
Happened right in front of us. Like, seeing that live, seeing the ball, that was,
to be fair, that's also not a touchdown, but they didn't review it because he was down on the one.
Who touched him?
Sauce, actually.
I don't believe you.
Because no, they went and they reviewed it with Terry McAuley. They're like, no, he's down at the one. The legs hit when he landed.
All touchdowns are reviewed by the booth.
They didn't review it. They just let it go.
All touchdowns are reviewed by the booth.
What I'm telling you right now, they didn't. He's saying they didn't get it. They didn't get it right. He got touched, and everybody in the booth said so too.
Cooked.
He did. Again, this was Sauce's worst game of his career. I've said this 3 times now. But again, when you set the standard so high where you have one bad game and it's all of a sudden nobody will mention Sauce, but we're not going to mention the highest paid corner in football history 2 times getting killed on back-to-back games repeatedly. We're not going to mention Pat Surtain getting killed week 1. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to mention Sauce.
Because
Sauce.
Marlon Humphrey too.
None of those
Marlon
guys,
Humphrey got slaughtered.
He had a long day.
My boy Devontae was cooking that motherfucker.
He got slaughtered.
I got back and saw the highlights, and every highlight was on Humphrey.
Marlon Humphrey, like, 44
what's going on here?
44 was getting killed, but Sauce has one bad day in 2
Slay was getting cooked too.
Slay had a rough night.
Slay getting cooked for like the last 3 years.
Slay had a rough night. None of those guys have you in here proclaiming him a top 2 corner in the league every chance he gets.
I mean, he's not top 2, he's 1, and it's been voted that way.
Same difference. Same difference.
He's top 2 and he ain't 2.
But he was 2 on Sunday because he was not the best corner on the field Sunday.
No, and again, that happens. It is what it is. I saw Revis get burnt by Stevie Johnson.
I saw Revis get cooked by Randy Moss. That's what I saw.
Hey, one time. That's all that matters.
That's what you told me, right? Cooked.
No, he got cooked that play. But when you look at Randy Moss's stats, he has 4 catches in 4 years for 80 yards. 65 came on one play. So we could do that whole thing. But yes, Revis got cooked that one play. And again, I watched Stevie Johnson do it. Stevie Johnson didn't cook nobody. But he cooked Revis for whatever reason. Every time. Everybody got it. Calvin Ridley's a good receiver. He made some great plays that game. That end around was wild too. But I don't expect Sauce to do anything in the run game. He's a corner. Those guys don't do it.
He got cooked on a play by Tony Pollard.
Yeah, no. Again, I don't
badly.
There's not a corner in football that I'm gonna take in the run game right now. Not a single one. It used to be Jalen Ramsey like 7 years ago, and then he just decided to stop. Because Jalen Ramsey in Jacksonville used to hit stick dudes. Then he just stopped. And Tre'Davious White used to also be really good in the run game. Then he also fucking stopped. So I'm not going to... It is what it is. Here's my perspective on the game. That game changed when CJ Mosley got hurt.
We didn't even know when he got hurt.
He got hurt in the second quarter. He got hurt.
Yeah,
he hit his toe on the back of a receiver, their leg. So he went out. And we were having such a hard time covering and stopping the run because CJ Mosley was moving like he was wearing Tim's on the field. He was moving so slow. The second he comes out, we start stopping the fucking run. And I was just like, what the fuck? Jamie Sherwood hasn't stepped foot on the NFL field in 3 years. He hasn't played because he's been sitting there. He transitioned from safety when he got drafted in the 4th round a few years ago, and he converted, put some weight on, and just been learning. And he just popped in and was like, oh, I'm going to make a difference right away. It's like, oh, okay. Well, we're getting somebody who's trying to play the A-gap to stop the fucking run. This is great. I love this. The worst part was Jermaine Johnson getting hurt.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was the worst because he's been so good for this team on the run side, and even on the pass, 7.5 sacks in his first year, really getting rotation time. And then he came out the years, was a really good difference maker on our side to help move Quinnen around, because I said in the chat yesterday, the Jets are doing the Aaron Donald thing with Quinnen, where they're moving him all around the defensive line as opposed to just having him play the DT spot. They're moving him on the end side. They're moving him left, right, both sides. They're trying to just move him around to get different ways to get him pressures so he can avoid double teams. And you can't do that if your guys aren't healthy, if we don't have our depth. So now Jermaine's out. Shout out to Will McDonald having 3 sacks.
Yeah, he went off.
Wild.
He went off. If it wasn't for Aiden Hutchinson, he would have been
Will
highlighted.
McDonald had himself a fucking game and a half. So it's like, okay, cool. From what I understand, no talks with what's his face, Reddick, have happened, and I don't think they're going to start until next week, because you're not going to bring him in to play a game on Thursday when he just played on Sunday. That's just not going to happen. Even if we called him in, got the contract in, he's not playing. So if he is going to show up, because now you have to call him
because you look like idiots.
I mean, you look like idiots because you got injured at the position that was deep. No, that's not why you look like idiots.
You look like idiots.
No, you have to do it now. It's like we don't have leverage anymore. We lost leverage because the guy tore his Achilles.
You never had it.
That hurts so bad.
We didn't need him. We
didn't need him. That's the thing. You did need him. And we all knew you needed him, except Joe Douglas. We all knew you needed him.
Who's we all, though? So the Niner game, that's an outlier. I leave that as is. Did we need him? Did we need him against you guys?
Yes.
When? Yes. Why?
Because y'all were still, if you take McDonald,
do you know how many pressures we generated on you guys last week?
Outside of Will, there was nothing. Y'all could not generate any pressure.
That's the numbers say otherwise. The pressure were generated. Will was running. Will was moving. Like, what are we doing here? The pressure got there. Your whole drive on the fucking last drive of the game was due to pressure. He had to escape. He had to move around. The pressure was there. He doesn't get that big run if the pressure's not there. Like, the Jets were getting pressure all game.
No pressure up the middle. That's why when he got away, he ran up the middle.
There was pressure up the middle. It was an arm tackle that he broke and ran.
That was on the side. That was coming from the blind side.
That was coming from the middle. You know who got the pressure on that? That was Javon Kinlaw.
In the pocket. He stepped up and moved out the pocket.
So Will McDonald does a contain. Javon Kinlaw comes up the middle. Right arm goes for Will. He breaks it, runs straight ahead. That is the middle of the pocket. That's where the pressure came from. That's how that play happened. He didn't run on the sidelines. He ran right up the middle. Because then there was the one play. There was the other play. Yeah, we got the pressure up the middle. That's what I'm saying. He broke the arm tackle of the defensive tackle. Javon Kinlaw doesn't move. That's a big boy. He stays right there. And then you have the Jermaine Johnson almost sack that he got away from, ran away. The Jets were getting pressure all day. If you look at the stats for the pressures of the Titans offensive line, you guys were ranked like 24 this week in pressures allowed. So the pressures are getting there. The problem is Will made moves to get out. That fumble that happened, that was due to a pressure because he ran out.
That fumble was due to not protecting the ball.
The fumble was because he could have just taken the sack, and you don't get sacks without pressure. So you can't say that when the pressure is there. The only reason it may not seem like pressure is because he got out. So like we weren't going against the fucking Niners this week. And now we go against the Patriots on Thursday, and half their offensive line is hurt too.
So you're
like, okay, cool.
Over under 3 sacks?
As a team, yeah, over.
Get one of my Gatorades back?
Sure. If not, you give me another one. Double it up. Double or nothing.
Double.
Went from get one of the 2 that I owe you back to.
I don't think that's what he intended.
Double it up.
No, fine.
That's not what I said.
If you win, you get one back. If I win, you get a third.
Yes, you get
there
3.
It is.
So
there we go.
You get 3 or you get 1. That's all.
If the Jets do anything against this team, they'll get over three sacks.
3.5 because I don't want the
4 over 3. Okay, 4. I will take 4.
Cool.
Unless they do that thing where they decide to just throw the ball 10 times, then that's trash.
That's not my problem.
But yeah, so the Jets' perspective, CJ Mosley comes out. We're able to stop the run. You guys can't set up your play actions that you were doing early in the game. It's like everything just fell to shit. Once you guys couldn't establish the run, it started being 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And it was like, okay, cool. We just need Nathaniel Hackett to not be fucking stupid for like one drive. And the thing that saved him from stupidity was Breece Hall having to go into the blue tent. Breece Hall got up, had something wrong with his thigh or whatever, and then Braylon Allen comes in.
And the whole game changed.
The whole game changed because Nathaniel Hackett saw him, was like, oh, hold on. This kid can move. This kid can catch a little bit, and he's 6'3", 240 pounds.
And it is clear Tennessee had no idea that monster was on the bench because
he had no idea they existed because I was screaming in San Francisco for him to be on the field because you can't run Breece in 3rd and short. You can't. He's going to stop the second he gets contact. He's a one-cut guy. It's not going to happen. Braylon Allen should have been every single 3rd and short because he was going to fight for everything.
That's a big boy. And he's fast.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, once they saw him, they're like, oh, we could use them both on the field at the same time.
And
shit,
that,
Hackett. No shit.
That, Dylan, is what caused Tennessee's defense to go haywire.
Because you couldn't cover them.
They didn't know what to do. They did not know what to do with both of them out there. And listen, that was... I wish I had one of that boy is a problem. I couldn't even be mad. I was just looking like, damn, that boy is good. That boy is good. Like, shit.
He was the only rookie I really was paying attention to in preseason this year because he's the only one I thought would actually see playing time because of you need to have a second guy.
And you need a battering ram.
And it's like, if you can use
like
him,
having a 20-year-old battering ram.
And he fought in the preseason. He was fighting for every inch, like he didn't have a job already. Like he wasn't lined up to be RB2. He was fighting for everything. So it's like the second he sees the fucking field, it's a problem. Hopefully Hackett recognizes it. Yeah, and now it's like, cool. You bring him in. You start using Breece Hall like Christian McCaffrey, and it's like, okay, hold on. Hold on.
Different dynamic to this offense.
Mm-hmm. And then once Mike Williams gets off his snap count and starts really making plays, it's like, okay, cool. Because Mike Williams made himself a fucking play. The one catch he had.
The one play. And that play, that was all Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how it came across on TV, but watching it live, Aaron literally hot-rooted everything about that play. Hiked the ball and threw it up to him perfectly. And I was just watching. This is why Aaron Rodgers is my favorite player. Like this was it. I know.
I'm still trying to get used to it. Like as a Aaron Rodgers hater, I'm still trying to get used to it.
Aaron won that game.
Aaron also almost lost us that game when he fucking on 3 different occasions he just keeps drawing the fucking play clock to 0 unintentionally. I was losing my shit.
So was Roz.
Like, get your fucking head out of your ass.
But you're yelling at Aaron. Who do you think Roz was blaming?
Oh, he was yelling at Salah.
Absolutely.
How is that Salah's fault?
Absolutely blaming Salah. Why can't we get the plays in? What is the communication?
The problem is the plays are in.
What's going on?
The plays are in. Aaron takes forever.
Timeout in the fourth. Oh,
I was pissed.
I was sitting here, especially the way the game was going. I was like, "Bro, that could be a big timeout. That timeout could come back to hurt."
And that's Aaron's fault.
It was very. Y'all also got away with another delay of game that Aaron converted to a first down. That
we can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Nope. So while Mike gets that fixed, he wants to complain about a delay game penalty. Let me complain about every single false start that didn't get called on that right tackle of theirs. Because that boy was jumping off like false start every fucking play. I'm sitting here yelling. Janice is watching the game with me, and I'm just like, so when do you think they're going to call a false start? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, watch the right tackle every play. And the second he yells hike before the ball's going, he's up and moving, running free. I'm just like, when are we going to do this? When is this going to get called? Because this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit that this is happening. So there's a few different, like, this is going to be one of those games that really can, like, I know it's early. It's going to define the Jets offense because Hackett got his head out of his ass in record-setting time, because he didn't get his head out of his ass with Breece Hall until week fucking 12 last year, realizing that I could use him in the pass game. Oh, I can line him out wide. Like, everybody knew that. Everybody knew you could use Breece Hall like that, except for him. Fucking wild. So now you have two guys who, one out of the backfield and Braylon Allen 6'2", good luck tackling him, and then Breece Hall, who called his shot after the timeout. It was like, oh, I'm out wide. If I have a linebacker on me, throw me a go ball. And Aaron's like, okay. And touchdown Breece Hall. Ran right past that boy. He stood no chance. So it was fun to see. We're not going to face a defense as good as the Titans for a little bit. So you're good.
Yes.
Wait, so who's the next game after North?
Denver.
Oh,
their defense is good, but they're not as good as the Titans.
Sean
defense.
Payton Bowl.
Again, we beat that ass with fucking Zach Wilson. I think we'll be fine.
So
yeah, that's
to finish. Jets scored a touchdown, win the game. Titans drive down the field. Roz was fascinated because the Tennessee crowd was quiet while the Titans were trying to work on that last
MetLife
drive.
could never.
And me and Roz were laughing because we were both like, yeah, MetLife could never. It would not be
that
quiet.
place would be ridiculous. You wouldn't be able to hear a thing in MetLife.
It was so quiet. The anticipation. And Roz was like, what is going on? And I was like, two things. Weird. One, we're all nervous. Well, we're trying to be respectful and watch. But two, we're all nervous. We're all sitting here because we know what's coming. We know what's coming. And I still don't really understand the fourth down play. I mean, I get it. It would have been a first down, but
I also don't understand it.
I just did not understand. Like I told you, our play calling just went to hell. Like, Ridley was cooking sauce all game. Go to him. And then in the fourth quarter, finally on that drive, we remembered that, oh, yeah, we have DeAndre Hopkins too. Oh, we should probably throw that guy the ball too. Whichever one of them that Sauce isn't guarding, you should probably throw the ball at him. Just whichever one he's not guarding. Just do that. Just go with that. If Sauce is guarding Ridley, throw to him. But whoever Sauce is not guarding, it's fine.
Let me tell you what, there was one play in the end zone where Sauce absolutely got away with one of the nastiest holds I've ever seen on DeAndre Hopkins. Absolutely got away with one.
Exactly what play you're talking about.
And if Will Levis would have thrown the ball a second sooner, you get that call.
Shouldn't matter.
I mean, it matter. It does.
He still impeded him.
When you're moving like that, it's still that hand fighting. As long as you get away with it, once the ball's there,
hand fight.
They're not going to call
5 yards. After that,
no, you can press
it illegal.
Yards. You could still You could still have contact. You could
if you're playing the ball, but he wasn't playing the ball.
But that's also the stuff they were letting go all game. So you can't.
It was a physical game. You could feel how physical the game was, which I also liked because Tennessee did not back down. So listen. I told Roz this in the car as he was just having the time of his life teasing me. I'm still coming away from this. If Will Levis could just manage not to be an idiot for 30 seconds, we're 2-0.
So
I said it's going to be a close game.
That fan laughed.
I said this game was going to be a lot closer than people thought. Like,
Tennessee,
I knew that Tennessee was going to put up a good fight.
I mean, they covered the spread well over, so we're good there. The spread was only 3.5, won by 7, so we're good. But it's I feel like I've said this about a few teams now. I feel like I've said this about 2 teams now, where like the Titans are going to be the Jets of last year, where you're just be begging for your team to score 20 points while your defense keeps putting you in good positions and your offense is going to fuck up, which shouldn't happen with the level of talent that you have.
I think the offense will get better as the season goes on. I don't know if they're going to move off of Will because I think he's going to get better. But
I think Callahan already fucking hates him. I think Callahan already fucking hates him.
He's in the doghouse right now. He's absolutely.
If he has one,
he's about 1 or 2 more idiotic moves away.
If he has a performance like this where he costs you the game, he's done. He's going to get pulled. The only reason he hasn't got pulled right now is because Mason Rudolph's your backup.
Exactly. And we know that he's not better than Will Levis. So.
Exactly. So you can't make that call unless you know you are ready to move on from Will.
Over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, contrary to what you think, Dylan, he does not play bad. Like, he doesn't play bad.
He doesn't.
He has these random.
He has special moments.
He has moments where it's just like, what are you doing? You're too good to be doing that dumb shit. That's what makes it so mad. Frustrating.
If we take away the really bad things that he did in that game, I thought once he had the run going, he was confident as shit. The second he got the run where you guys couldn't run the ball effectively, he panicked.
I think again, they started calling the worst play. Like they had him in the.
He's also not a good decision maker.
They gave him no confidence. It was okay. So we can't run. So you're going to throw a check down. We can't run. You're going to throw a screen. You can't run. You're not throwing the ball more than 10 yards at all.
I mean, when they did, the problem is when he did, he was throwing it into double coverage. Like that throw he threw to Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley deserves so much more credit on that throw than Will Levis does.
That was a dime, though. That was a dime.
It was a dime, but if you put that in almost any other receiver, they're probably not going to try to catch that ball.
That's why it was a great catch.
That's why it's a great, like, I give Calvin Ridley so much props on that, because you have Sauce, who's maybe just a head turn away from deflecting that. Chuck Clark, who is a fingertip away from deflecting it completely, making that not even catchable. The odds of you catching that ball as already are very low. Very low.
Was that ball not in the perfect spot?
It was one of those situations where it's this close away from being completely deflected. Like the ball is in a good spot. Yes.
It wasn't. It was in a perfect spot and Ridley made a great catch.
Ridley made a fucking phenomenal catch.
A great catch.
Because that's one tip away from just being a bad, like you threw in double coverage incompletion. That's where that is. But it's like the last time he threw the ball 25 yards, he intercepted double coverage. Brandon Echols came down with a great play on it. So it's like you take away his first read and you're like, hey, you're going to we don't have anything short for you. You're just going deep. He doesn't process the rest of the field. He just goes where he's told to throw. And I think it's very noticeable because, he used to do that a lot. Go back to my bad quarterback connoisseur, Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez was the king of you tell me where I'm supposed to throw and I will throw it.
He's going into the Jet Ring of Honor with playing like
that. Listen, you let me know when Will Levis goes to back-to-back AFC Championship games.
We'll see.
Exactly. He's probably not even going to be on the team next year.
Hopefully he gets to play more than 16 games before we make that decision because he has not
the way Callahan's looking at him. The way Callahan's looking at him, he may not last 6.
Like I said, he's 2 weeks in a row done just the most ridiculous play ever. And I told you, it's frustrating because he's too good to be doing that dumb shit. That's dumb shit that Zach Wilson does. That's dumb shit that fucking.
Oh yeah, that's right. Callahan doesn't have loyalty.
He has no loyalty to him.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Homeboy in Carolina has no loyalty to Bryce Young. They
that's
he's
true.
Not my quarterback. I didn't bring him in.
Yeah.
It was that regime with Justin Fields. He's not our guy. We'll move on.
We will move on. We will move on to Burrowhead. That's what you call it, right? It's Burrowhead. Because you own it. Bengals own that place.
So, Mike, before you continue, did you watch the game at all?
No, listen to it in the car.
Perfect.
Listen to it in the car.
Pat Mahomes played like shit this game.
Pat Mahomes played bad. He did not play
one of the worst football games I've ever seen him play in this game. And I hate doing this. I hate blaming the refs. I fucking hate it. But boy, were those refs questionable at the end of that game. Boy, were those refs questionable at the end of that game.
How? How were they questionable? Dylan, that was a clear. That was a clear penalty.
I'm not talking about that last pass interference.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about that last one. That one was clear interference. But Mahomes threw 2 interceptions on that drive, right? That first interception that they called back for pass interference was wrong. That was bullshit.
That one was questionable.
Questionable? No, it was wrong. It wasn't questionable. It was dead ass wrong. Luckily, for whatever reason, the Bengals suck early in the season. I still don't think that defense is very good. That Bengals team gets up for the Chiefs. That Bengals team gets up for the Chiefs more than any team that plays the Chiefs.
That interception was phenomenal.
That
interception
corner
was
made
crazy.
One of the greatest interceptions I've ever seen. That's probably going to be pick of the year.
That was insane.
He did an Odell Beckham interception. Like,
I was stunned at that. When I saw the highlights, I was like, how is that not number 1 on the top 10 this week? Because that unbelievable.
Unreal.
So do you blame Patty for that? Because I don't.
I don't blame him necessarily because he was trying to get the ball to his guy. That's a great play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't.
That's a great play.
Yeah, that's just a really great play.
You can blame him for the placement on it. Like, that ball could have had a little bit more float on it. But
I mean, that's nitpicking then.
That's nitpicking. Exactly. I'm not in the game doing that to the GOAT. So we'll just leave that as a tremendous play by the corner, but still the interception's got to fall on somebody. And we'll just put it on the guy who threw the interception. The other thing me and Steven talked about on Sunday, Ja'Marr Chase looks so disinterested in playing football. So disinterested. He doesn't want to play football.
I don't know.
He's
also undisciplined too.
He got
pretty hot. Undisciplined too.
Yeah, he got pretty hot.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bruh. That's where it's like he's acting like he doesn't want to be out
there.
Acting like
a fucking child.
He doesn't want to be out there. And it's just like, listen, man, the Bengals offered you Justin Jefferson contract and you told them no. Like, that's on you.
Well, he did make it clear he wanted more.
Give him $1 more. Like, I'm sure they did that. And he was like, no. But, like, you're not going to get your deal doing shit like this because in this game, Justin Jefferson really didn't play that well. Not Justin Jefferson. Ja'Marr Chase didn't play that well. Some fucking guy's name I can't even pronounce was the one who was fucking balling out in the red zone. Because he was just open every fucking play down there. What the fuck's his name? Andre Iosivas. He was the one who fucking balled. Ja'Marr Chase had 4 for 35 and was just bitching and moaning the whole game.
And then cost them a crucial fucking call.
Crucial, like took them out of field goal range.
It's like, dude, shut the F up and just get to the play. Like, what are you doing?
Like,
and you see Burrow just physically upset, like literally trying to push this man back. Like, dude, calm the fuck down. Like,
there's something with this Bengals team that you don't get with the Bills, that you don't get with the Ravens whenever they play the Chiefs. This Bengals team actually believes they could beat them. The Bills defense always finds a way to fuck up against the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson finds some way to not win the game against the Chiefs. Like, it's incredible that, like, this Bengals team who I think their defense is fucking terrible. I think they're a bad fucking defense.
Hendrickson's a bad dude.
Trey Hendrickson's a dog, and I will never take anything with him because he's a fucking dog.
He was getting his back.
You want to talk about dogs? Trey Hendrickson is a fucking dog. He's one of those white boys that you want on your team. On the sideline, he's gonna be crashed like Sandman from ECW, taking the fucking can after his back, crushing it over his head, and throwing that shit. There's Trey Hendrickson, there's Brian Cushing, there's Luke Kuechly. Those are all the Watt boys. All of those guys are guys I want on my fucking football team. Harrison Smith, my football team. Give me that.
Yeah, what about Max Crosby, man? Shit.
Max Crosby's not white. We're gonna keep
What?
Max Crosby.
Whatever.
I see. Listen, I saw him do a promo for the Raiders, and the N-word almost slipped out of his mouth so effortlessly, like he uses it all the time. He's not your normal white. He's not your normal white. He doesn't fall for that. But Trey Hendricks is a dog. The rest of this Bengals defense, stinky poo-poo. Stinky cockapoo-poo. And they believe. They see this Bengals team, this Chiefs team, they're like, we fucking believe, and we're going to do it.
Here's what bothers me, though. It's like the Chiefs didn't play very good game. I mean, Travis Kelce was invisible.
He will be until he divorces that or gets rid of that fucking loser. Get rid of Taylor Swift. I'm so tired of seeing her on my fucking TV. So fucking tired of seeing her on my TV. I'm seeing her more on my TV than Kelce catch the football. It's fucking insane. You should. I'm so sick of her.
Somebody said Kelce was waiting for the postseason.
He might as well just retire and become a fucking house husband if this is what he's gonna be doing.
My goodness, it's weak.
Hey, Jason Kelce seems to be enjoying retirement. Shit,
he's so good at his job. He is so
he really is.
Role. You know who's not good? Tom Brady. We'll get there. Tom Brady.
Kelce was doing his thing though. Like I like him. He's fun. He's entertaining. Like he's introspective. Like I didn't like seeing Jalen Brunson out there with him, but that's another story. But Kelce's good at his job. I'll give him that.
No Eagle fan.
Yeah, I just don't like it. Just something about that image just doesn't sit well. But
I mean, you call yourselves the Nova Knicks based on a college in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but again, it's just don't. Just don't want to see your star player.
You also really shouldn't care because you're not a New York sports fan. You're just a Knicks fan, so that shouldn't bother you any which way.
Oh, I'm not a New York sports fan.
You're a Knicks fan. You're not a New York sports fan. You're a Knicks fan.
I guess I see how.
What team is he supposed to root for?
No, I'm not saying he can't root for them. It just felt weird.
Why can't he be on that field rooting for his team?
It just felt weird seeing him in a Philly jersey. That's all.
Why? It shouldn't bother you.
Because I fucking hate the Sixers. Like,
that's
I know.
It's not a Sixers jersey.
I understand that, but it's the same. Like it's the. No, I see what you're saying.
Move on.
Nah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. It just felt weird. But I see what you're saying because I have no problem with Josh. I have no problem with Josh Hart being a Commander.
Because they stink. You feel bad for him. You pity him.
What are you talking about? The Commanders are first place in the NFC East right now.
Oh Lord,
Anthony, that will fix itself. That will fix itself. Let's stop bragging about beating the Giants. Let's stop doing that.
They didn't score a touchdown. Wait,
Dylan. But the Giants tend to be the Commanders' kryptonite. You know how Daniel Jones always gets up for the Commanders. So
hold on. Gets up for the Commanders?
That's technically a good win for Washington. That is technically a good win for Washington. You know how they.
What are we doing?
That's the team that he owns.
But no, look,
and then saying, "Hey, go fight fucking Marab."
Look at the rest of the NFC East. The Eagles laid an egg at the last minute. The Cowboys got fucking dog walked by the Saints, who are about to dog walk on Philly this upcoming Sunday too as well.
That's gonna happen because Philly's also not that good.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are very up and down sometimes. So listen, Dylan.
They aren't good, Anthony. They're not a good football team yet.
So, but Jaden Daniels looks like probably the best rookie quarterback so far.
He does, but that's not saying much because he really didn't do shit. He got a lot of yards, but he didn't do shit. They didn't score touchdowns, Anthony.
They didn't score a touchdown.
But he was still driving. But he was still driving the ball down the field to put them in position to kick field goals.
All the Giants had to do was not have their kicker get hurt, and they would have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally the difference in that game. The Giants kicker got hurt.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We can't do that.
The Giants were the first team, I think, in modern history to score 3 touchdowns, not give up a touchdown, and still lose.
And still lose.
Like, let's stop beating the Giants like this big thing. It's not like, no.
They are to the Commanders. They are to the Commanders.
The Commanders aren't. The Commanders' defense might be. Like,
and also, once they realize they have
defense in football.
No, their defense is garbage, but I like what they're doing on offense.
They don't score points.
And
How do you like it?
Well, that's because for some reason they don't realize they have fucking Terry McLaurin on their team. Once they actually realize that, they'll start scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, for some reason they just forgot that he's on their team.
They're not going to play the Giants every week. Everybody on their schedule is better than them, except for like the Panthers and the Giants again.
He said the Giants again.
The next time the Commanders play the Giants,
wait, so
Tommy DeVito.
Wait, so Dylan, how many wins do you have the Commanders getting?
Like 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Man.
Like, they're just not a good team yet. They're young. Their defense.
Bro, are they that bad? You can't even give them like 6, 7.
You can't score touchdowns against the Giants.
The Steelers aren't scoring touchdowns, and they're undefeated.
That Falcons win was a good win. The Broncos, there's a lot of teams better than the Broncos. The Commanders might be better than the Broncos. The Commanders,
because you talking about 4 or 5 wins. I'm thinking the Broncos. I'm not thinking the Commanders. I'm thinking like realistically for the Commanders.
Pass 5. I don't think they're gonna get more. If they get 6 wins, I'd be incredibly surprised. They're just not ready yet. They're just too young of a team to figure out how to win. It goes back to my complaint from years ago where it's like everybody else is allowed to have a really good quarterback right away when they come out as rookies, except for the Jets. Like, you can't have that same expectation with everybody, right? So, like, if we're being real here, you shouldn't want the Commanders to be that good right away because then the expectation's there, and then that allows for them to have this nasty fall off. And then Jaden Daniels is like crushed the rest of his career. You don't want that. Let them gradually learn. Let them learn how to like win and lose as a team before we start putting these expectations on them. And it's because it's not fair. It's not fair for Jaden Daniels. It's not fair for him that his defense stinks. So he's going to put their team in a good position for the defense to fucking blow it. Like, that's not fair to him. So you set the bar at like, okay, reasonable. Like, I can see them getting 5 wins. If they get anything else in that, that's like money in the bank. Money in the bank, because then you know what you need to add on to. But like, let it rock. They are not ready to win the division yet.
They're not ready to go 500 yet.
No, well, you can't really do that anymore. But like, they're not ready to. Yeah, they're not ready to even be that second team in the NFC East yet. Because as not great as I think Philly is, they're still better than the Commanders.
By a lot.
But yeah, the margin's not close. Margin's not close at all.
So, speaking of the Eagles, who Dylan, I think, 8 watches.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were on Monday Night Football.
But he had a reason to hate watching that.
I wouldn't say cruising was the word. They were winning comfortably. I at no time thought they were going to lose that game at any point.
I did.
Until literally maybe with a minute to go. I was like, they're going to really lose this game. And, I mean, we can talk about Slay getting cooked and...
Slay got
cooked. But I don't like Saquon getting all that blame. I don't like that.
No, he shouldn't have. You have to catch that ball. You have to.
No, you do.
That's a bad play call.
But also, your corners are getting cooked for a whole fucking drive. That's not bad. That's not a bad.
It's not a bad call, though, because if he makes that play, the game is over, and we're all like, "What a smart play to give Jalen Hurts multiple options where he can run or just throw it away. They'll still get points."
Mm-hmm.
Like if Saquon makes that catch like he's supposed to 99 out of 100 times, we're not saying that's a bad play call. It wasn't.
And he wasn't playing defense, getting cooked literally all the way down the damn field.
But I thought they were doing such a good job running the football.
Yeah, they could have done other things.
I thought they should have ran. They should have ran the next 2 plays because you got to that 4th and short area. You have the play of all plays. So it's like, don't put yourself in that position.
But what they actually ran was not a bad play call.
No, it's just I didn't like the timing of the play. Let's just do that. They should have run the ball. They should have killed more time because you passed the ball. Now the clock stops. You had to go kick the field goal. Yada yada yada. You should have ran the ball. They either waste your time out or the clock keeps going. You get closer. You do the tush push. You kill more clock. They don't have a chance. That's where it's like.
I think the Falcons were out of timeout. The Falcons were out of timeout.
Exactly. So then that's even worse because Sirianni's fucking stupid.
I'm surprised they didn't go for it on 4th down.
That's what I was saying.
Also, should have kicked the field goal in their second possession of the game.
Oh yeah, they went. Oh yeah, they went for it was like 4th and 4 or something like that.
Right? Like take your points. Just take your points when you can get them. Stop playing with your food.
Yeah, but you know how some of these teams, they want to be a little ballsy. Everybody wants to be the Lions now, just going for all the time and shit. Like,
don't worry, that
I can understand. It's a risky move. It's great when it works. It's terrible when it doesn't.
Listen, I've been killing Dan Campbell forever because of it. Because my heart can't handle
love Mad Dog.
I love Dan Campbell, but boy, I don't think I could love him as my coach. I don't think I could. I can love him from afar, but I don't think I can love him as my coach because of the edge of my seat. He's just the Jameis Winston of coaches because he's so willing to gamble. It's so willing to either pay off or just not. He's either going to throw a pick into fucking quadruple coverage or he's going to make this amazing crossbody touchdown to the corner of the end zone, and it's going to have everybody celebrating and building a fucking statue for him. It's like this insanity. I can't do it. My heart hurts just thinking about it. Because I imagine like, oh, the Jets are in the Super Bowl. It's 4th and 10 on our own 15. Here comes Dan Campbell. Instead of punting, we're just going to go for it. And we're going to look stupid. That's how I see it. I'm like, man, how would I feel in that situation? Oh, I'd want to fucking drink bleach. That's how I feel in that situation.
So, but again, so to my point, I didn't think that game was like that they were going to win because even when I would have ran the ball on 4th down. I would have just did that because even so, up until that last drive, Atlanta had done nothing in that game offensively. Nothing.
No. But so you always got a shot.
I understood the logic of kicking the field goal because it's like these dudes ain't done nothing all game. The touchdown that they scored was really our fault because why we're calling blitz 0
with your defense. Why are you calling that?
Why are we calling that? But so like if you take that away, they didn't even score. So I understood it, but that's even more the reason to go for it on 4th down and run it because all right, you don't get it. They got to go 90 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or they got to go 60 yards to get the field goal with no timeout. Like, and then the killer to me was they went into prevent defense.
Can't do that.
And when you go into
all prevent does is prevent you from winning games.
Yeah, that part was just very questionable too.
You let them nickel and dime you. They played in between the zones, got to the sidelines on 4 passes, got them in range to where
bang, boom, and literally they looked shell shocked. They was like, "How did we get down here?"
And then you ice up on the last play of the game. That's the play you decide to go man.
And Slay got
Drake London.
Choked that away. Slay tried to. Oh, that was a great route you ran. No,
that was a good route. You got cooked.
Slay got cooked. That's what happened. That wasn't a great route. Slay got cooked. That's what happened. Like, no, he didn't run this amazing route that we've never seen before. He literally just went, huh, huh. That's all he did. That's all he did.
He got killed by a simple zig route and wide open.
Slay on it. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Oh, what a great route. He did not run no great route. I could have ran that route. Like,
okay, Mike, don't disrespect Drake London.
I mean, but the thing, but I get what Mike's trying to say. I mean, Slay's a good cornerback, but I've seen him get cooked a lot. Like,
Slay since he's been in Philly he's been getting cooked a lot.
Yeah, I've seen that man get
since the Super Bowl year, because he played lights out the Super Bowl year. Since the Super Bowl year, it's been shaky. It's been shaky. It's been shaky. But oh my God, so it makes it real interesting. It makes it interesting because we're not even going to talk about the Cowboys getting their doors blown off.
Before you go, did you see that post I posted about the Philly fan from Barstool talking about the Eagles? I will read it to you now. He gave a simple synopsis of what this Eagles team is.
Yeah.
He said, QB.
I thought you wrote that.
No, he said, QB, sometimes good, lots of sometimes bad, but I will still defend forever because that's my life. And that's not just like my sentiment. That's like a lot of other Eagles fans kind of feel the same about Hurts, where they're just kind of like very iffy on him now, where the year they went to the Super Bowl, it was much different. The minute they weren't in the Super Bowl, it was like, hold on, let's pump the brakes on this Jalen Hurts guy. I don't know what's up. Running back
saying that after week one, but whatever.
Listen, and then they quickly remembered.
Did he play bad on Monday?
I didn't think he played great, but he
played okay.
He played a good game. No, he played a
not
good
having
game.
AJ Brown.
No, once he got his feet going, it was a completely different game. Completely different game for him. And we didn't see that nearly enough last year. Nearly enough.
Well, he was hurt too. He had the knee issues last year.
But whatever. No, we don't get that.
But he should have been playing.
Joe Burrow.
You're playing hurt. No, I'll criticize Joe Burrow if like Joe's hurt, but if he plays bad, I'll tell you he plays bad. I did last week. Like, stop.
Did you?
Yes, I said he did not play good.
Did you?
He did not play good. Do I think it's because he's hurt? Yeah, but he did not play good. So fair criticism.
There it is.
Fair criticism. Sure, fine. Jalen Hurts was hurt last year. Played bad. Well, don't play. There you go. Simple.
He was hurt.
I also called for Joe Burrow to retire last year, so fucking stop. Don't do that. Running back, Saquon Barkley is good. Wide receivers, good, but without AJ Brown, bad. So I was like, okay, cool. Devontae's a Bugatti,
I would take Devontae in a heartbeat tomorrow.
O-line is good O-line, but bad because they didn't react to Matthew Judon. D-line, mega bad. D-line is mega bad.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy to think.
Well, those guys are old now. But then you have Jordan Davis, who's still trying to. Jordan Davis is so fucking big, but he's still trying to figure out how to be a productive defensive tackle because he's a freak.
Jalen Carter didn't play, right?
No.
Yeah.
Not as well. Brandon Graham's old. Fletcher Cox retired. Bryce Huff is not an every down end, so it's like you can't get a lot of production.
Where the hell was he?
He doesn't play a lot of snaps.
Invisible.
He doesn't play a lot of snaps, which was always my argument with Roz when he was on the Jets. He was like, "Oh, Bryce Huff, this is." I'm like, he doesn't play every down. Like, of course he's going to have a higher amount of pressure. He doesn't play every snap, so of course he's going to have this ridiculous high pressure.
He's still really good though.
He's good, but you can only play him situationally. You can't. He's terrible in the run. You can't have him out there. He's too small. Linebackers, probably bad, maybe good. But we don't know because they haven't really played they haven't played Devin White yet. Which is so crazy that Devin White lost his job. Secondary, better but still bad sometimes. Coaching, super bad.
Yeah, the honeymoon with Sirianni's over. They hate him. They hate him.
I think he might be on the high seat if they don't do well this year.
Oh,
kind of an asshole.
If they underperform, I can see him losing the job.
That's the real problem, Dylan. He's an asshole too.
He's an asshole.
I can tell just listening to him talk, just looking at him.
He turned into a Philly scumbag. He's the embodiment of the franchise. Like their fan base, their everything. And they hate it. They hate who they are. They're their own people. And you could get away with being an asshole when you're winning.
Nah, that's what I was about to say.
You can't get away with being an asshole when you're 2-9 in your last 11.
Yeah, it's not gonna come.
Can't do that. Then you just look like an asshole for real.
But again, it's kind of like it's the same thing almost with Tennessee. They should easily be 2-0 at the end of the day. It's just that last drive is inexcusable. At the end of there's no reason for them to be 1-1 at the end of the day.
But we've seen this with Philly. That's the difference. We've seen this with Philly. But
you think after the first game they played very well against the Packers, so you're thinking, okay, they learned from last year.
They ran the ball so fucking well. And that game was a very close game and a high scoring game. So like neither defense played. Neither defense traveled to Brazil. So it's like, and we also don't know what that last drive would have been if Love didn't get hurt. So we have no idea.
They would have lost Dylan.
Would they have? I saw Kirk Cousins drive this team in the last minute and a half to win against them. Same team. So you never know.
That's one of the easiest.
You never know. That's the part. It's like they ended up losing, but you never know what the outcome could have been.
All right, let's hit some rapid fire. Anthony, how did your Ravens win? How did your Raiders win this game?
They won the game. Well, the pivotal moment of this game was after Gardner Minshew threw that interception. Max Crosby came up to him, told him, "You got this. You good." That was the game changer right there. Because from that moment, that's when Gardner Minshew turned it up. Hit Adams. Adams was cooking the fuck out of Marlon Humphrey all damn game. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson was doing that thing where he was just choking for no reason, and we took him in.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, wait! I'm not done. So then I gotta talk. I gotta talk about the best tight end in the league right now, Brock Bowers. He leads all tight ends in yards. He is absolutely killing it right now for us too as well. And yes, we were able to come back from a 10-point deficit to everybody's gonna call it an upset, but I knew we were gonna win. I felt we would. To beat the Ravens 26-23 and absolutely just suck the life out of M&T Bank Stadium when everyone really saw. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And this week we have the Panthers. So yes, that is how we won the game. We won the game.
Eager like the Panthers did just bench Bryce Young and Andy Dalton.
Which fuck them for doing that shit. They had to fucking do that shit when we played them. They couldn't just keep him in for another fucking week, man. They have to make the adjustments when they're playing us. Fucking assholes, man. That shit pissed me off. I was like, bro, you couldn't keep this motherfucker as quarterback for one more goddamn week? It's like, no, we have to beat the Raiders. Fucking concept. You keep him in for the Chargers, he lays an egg. But no, it's the Raiders now. No, we have to make adjustments.
So I don't like that you did that thing where you said Lamar Jackson chokes. That wasn't what happened at all. I've been saying this since that Chiefs game. Those Baltimore wide receivers fucking stink.
They do.
They are all
Zay Flowers stinks. Zay Flowers stinks.
Outside of Zay Flowers, those guys stink. Rashad Bateman stinks. Nelson Aguilar stinks. Like that whole room is bad. That's a bad room besides Zay Flowers.
Well, Aguilar does stink.
Aguilar's terrible. Remember when they said when Aguilar was
he had that one good season with us though. He had that one good season with us.
Yeah, and it was a fluke because he sucks. But you guys were also bad. Who cares?
He looked good in our system. He had a really good year for us.
He was terrible. So like Isaiah Likely didn't show up either. So it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
now you're getting no help.
Where was Mark Andrews?
Mark Andrews also barely did anything. So let me pull up that game really quick. I have all the scores here. Ravens, Raiders. Player 26. Yeah, Mark Andrews was 4 for 51. Isaiah Likely was 2 for 26. Like, and they just don't run the fucking football with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, didn't he only have like 16 carries?
He had 18 carries. Run the fucking football. Run the football.
But they said, but that's not how they use it. They're not trying to give him a bunch of
carries. Maybe we should start looking elsewhere for a coach if that's what you're going to do. Like, that's crazy.
Dylan, you're not replacing John Harbaugh.
Because, like, too many times, like, this Ravens organization as a whole has failed to supply actual wide receivers to this team for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
They've been trying to grab veteran value at wide receiver since like 2007.
Who's the last really good Ravens wide receiver? Like really?
Anquan Boldin. And he
Holy
was
fuck.
long in the tooth.
That was like 10 years ago.
If you take a look at like all these wide receivers that they've grabbed over the last like 15 years or so, Odell Beckham last year. Do you remember that when they went and got Dez Bryant?
Oh,
Sammy Watkins. Do you remember when they went and got Steve Smith?
They got all of these dudes when they were old, though.
Remember when they got Michael Crabtree?
Washed.
They get them all when they're old and ready to go because you get them on great value. They're like the Ravens and the Patriots are two of the worst teams ever at just drafting wide receivers.
At getting skill position players.
They're so fucking bad at it. But then you have like the Steelers, who every 3 years find another really good receiver for the last 25 years. Which is insanity that they're able to find that one position really well. The Ravens can't fucking do it at all. And it's going to continue to hurt them because they keep wasting picks on bad players to do it. So it's like, and if you want to be real here, if Lamar Jackson didn't lateral that ball at the end of the game, he was one juke away from scoring a touchdown by himself.
I really thought he was going to run it all the way in. So after the Titans game ended, the let out and everything, they had the Ravens game on the TV in the concourse. And we were watching it. And when that last play, when Lamar was running, I was like, Roz, if he does this, I don't want to hear anything ever again. This would be the greatest play I've ever seen. And then it still almost was because that lateral was actually a good play. It's just the telltale of Lamar's career. The rest of them fucked up. Lamar did all this great work just for the rest of them to fuck it up at the end.
It's so bad. Like, you can't say choke away when he literally lost on the last play of the game was a Hail Mary attempt. Like, it is what it is. The team, they need to figure it out. This is why after the Chiefs game, when Mike's like, I feel great about this Ravens team, I'm like, I don't really feel great about this Ravens
team. They'll be fine. They'll go to Arlington and beat up on the Cowboys.
We'll see.
We'll see. I you need to have wide receivers.
But the Cowboys can't stop the run. So,
the Ravens don't run the football.
It's gonna be an interesting game.
You have Derrick Henry run the. I don't care if you didn't bring him there to run the ball 30 times. Do what works. Do what works. You brought Derrick Henry there to be this amazing threat with Lamar Jackson. Use him like he's a threat. What's a better way? What better way to use a threat than actually using him? Figure it out.
There's none.
Use him.
Bryce Young benched. Bad player, bad franchise.
Both.
Both.
Mike, let me present to you this chart. I know what you're thinking. Dylan, what the fuck does this chart mean? I will tell you what this chart means. This is the rate that you get a clean pocket versus how well you do when you have a clean pocket, right? So the farther you are right is the amount of times you always have a consistently good pocket. The farther you are left, you do well with your clean pocket. Higher you are to the left side, you don't have a clean pocket a lot, but when you have a clean pocket, you're really good. Higher you are to the right, you're really good when you have a clean pocket because you always have a clean pocket. I want you to take a look down this section right here. Bryce Young. This is probably the worst place you could be besides all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of the chart because not only does he not ever have a clean pocket, he also does not play well when he has a clean pocket. So this is horrendous territory to be in right here. The only other person who's pretty much just as bad as Jordan Love. But that's just because he got killed a lot in that game. But yes, as you see here, Sam Darnold, Jalen Hurts, when they have a clean pocket, they do well. Baker Mayfield, Aaron Rodgers, they have a clean pocket all the time, and they play pretty well. On top of it, so
Baker's a dog.
I saw Baker drop a guy. I saw Baker drop a guy. Name. Baker is in that Kirk Cousins level now for me.
Baker's goddamn name.
Baker Mayfield has gotten. Baker is now in that. Hey, we're gonna put him in that Kirk Cousins tier.
We're gonna put him in the top 10 quarterback. That's what you're gonna do?
No, like average quarterback.
No, I don't think he's Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins tier because Kirk Cousins has been
Kirk Cousins was a top 10 quarterback.
Kirk Cousins has always been like that line for. He's an average quarterback, but he puts up above average numbers.
I think he's above average.
Absolutely been a top 10 quarterback. Dylan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Has he been? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to sound like a hater. I'm not going to do
it. Shit is already settled. You might as well just do it.
No, I was just going to say, like, the last couple years he's been a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Has it been because other guys are just fucking hurt?
Yeah, that's hate. It's just hate.
Like, would he be in the top 10 if Aaron Rodgers was healthy?
He was in the top 10 when Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, you have to go down the list.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna go. We're not gonna do this. We have time. We have time. We have a time thing we have to follow. I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna bring us on a tangent.
Oh, like, thankful we only have a couple things left to touch on. Maybe you can circle back. We have to preview. Well, Tua to the IR. Are you surprised? I told you guys this last week that this was going to happen.
I said this to Steven on Sunday that, like, Tua last year didn't take any hits. Like, none. He really wasn't moving out of the pocket. He didn't do anything. So I know I forgot about cat food brain, right? Because that year before was just dreaded, like destroyed.
Malpractice.
I was very worried watching that game. Like, it wasn't even like it was a crazy hit. It was he hit his head on the field and went into it. And immediately went into it, like, I thought he was having a seizure when it first happened. And I would love for Tua to retire.
He shouldn't be out. He just shouldn't be out.
Himself. And if he's not going to retire, they need to make it mandatory that he wears the Guardian cap.
He has to.
You cannot be allowed to play without the Guardian cap. I don't care how dumb it looks. I don't care about anything like that. Like, you need to do it for your own health. Because if it really dropped concussions that many times, you should be wearing it. And if you still are getting these crazy concussions while wearing it, you should retire.
And if you refuse to put it on, we're not going to let you play.
Yeah. We're just not going to do it. So I hope in these 4 weeks that he has to sit out, they really contemplate his future. And they go and see doctors not related to the Dolphins to figure this out. Because I would love for him to be able to not end up like Junior Seau.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
I don't know if that's going to happen because I think Tua is the one that wants to play.
Yeah, he said he wants to play.
That's the part where it's like somebody's got to come. Somebody's got to, like, he's got to let somebody get to his ear. Stop.
I don't think Skylar Thompson show for the next 4 weeks.
I don't think the Skylar Thompson show is going to last very long.
I don't either. I don't know if you know who he is, Anthony. Let me tell you,
he's
not that good.
He's
bad. He's like bad.
He's bad.
He's bad.
They just signed Tyler Huntley.
Tyreek is going to be sick of him in about 10 minutes.
Snoop Huntley will be starting the next week, I believe. And then when they see that Snoop Huntley is also really not that good, they're gonna bring Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I heard his name floating around.
They're trying to delay it.
And I've also heard that the Dolphins are trying to trade for Bryce Young.
Yeah, that would not be smart either. I mean, actually, you know what? Mike McDaniel's not a bad offensive.
Yeah, but let's not bring in the guy who's got confidence issues to come in and deal immediately with like this team, the keys to this Bugatti.
Well, I don't know because
but is it a better Bugatti than fucking Panthers?
And it's a better Bugatti. Well, the Panthers are driving a fucking Honda Civic. They're not driving a Bugatti.
And that coach is King Positivity. So
King Positivity, but the thing with diva wide receivers, the second they don't get that ball, you saying he could kill Skylar Thompson. The second Bryce Young can't get him that ball, it's over. It's over because Tyreek could be like, "I'm gonna send you back to Carolina. I'll give you away for free." Start talking that shit. Unless you could bring him in to like be a second or third string quarterback the rest of the year, so he can just learn. Then go ahead. The Shanahan system will protect you in that way, but you can't just throw him in right away.
We'll see. I think he's gonna play. I'm with you, Dylan. I would be very, very surprised when he does come back and play, if he's not wearing that Guardian. I would be stunned if they let him out there without it.
If I'm Dolphins fans, I'd be mad. Because there comes a point where you have to stop being a fan of the team to be like, this is like a violation of human rights.
You got to stop, guys.
Don't let him do this. You're trying to kill him.
Like, make him put it on. Like,
or sit him. Don't let him do it. I know you just paid him a lot of money, but like, you have to protect him from himself.
$200 million ain't worth it if you can't function up there, bro.
All right, I've been waiting for this for 3 weeks. I initially just poo-pooed this game, figured the Jets would win by like 30, and we'd move along and dealing with exercises Tom Brady demons. But
exercises already.
Anthony has been firm that the Patriots are going to get this game. And this was both, and to Dylan, to Anthony's credit, he was saying this before the season started. He said the Patriots were going,
no matter what.
Dylan, doesn't matter whether he believed it or not. He was saying it. It's on record that he was saying it. And boy, oh boy, when the Patriots won the opening Sunday, this game got real interesting. And then even though they lost,
which they easily could have won if you watched the game.
I watched the game. I watched them do dog shit.
Dylan, it took overtime for the Seahawks to win that game. It took overtime. And DK Metcalf had to go insane too as well.
Oh my God. Okay, so you didn't watch the game at all. So DK Metcalf got all of his shit in the first quarter. All of his shit in the first quarter. So I was like,
it was a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit, Dylan. What are you talking about?
You said you go off. You don't go off for a quarter and then disappear. That's just
so Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't go off since he did everything in the first quarter.
No, he did everything in the first quarter. Is done. The fact that game is
complete. So that doesn't contemplate as him going off.
Marvin Harrison's a dog. Let's get that straight, right? But you can't say he took DK Metcalf doing everything in his power. No, DK Metcalf had.
I said he went off.
You said he went insane, but like in the context of the game, he didn't show up the rest of the 3 quarters. Marvin Harrison did. He still played.
What are you talking about? He did nothing after the first quarter. He was targeted 8 times. All his production was literally in the first quarter.
So he only caught 2 balls?
No, he was 4 for he caught 4 balls. It was like 130 for 2 touchdowns. That was all first quarter.
He caught a couple passes down in the first quarter.
No,
I mean, I watched a lot of that game. I watched a lot of that fucking game.
So what are we talking? So I'm not going to ask both of you.
I'm taking the Jets 6.5.
That was.
I'm taking Jets 6.5.
Anthony, do you have any Gatorade or Prime on?
He don't want no part of this. I've been trying forever.
6.5. I'm not even going to give you straight up money line. 6.5.
He doesn't believe.
I think I want to put Gator. I think I feel comfortable enough putting some Gator.
But not a wheel spin.
Nah.
The wheel spin has to be.
Yeah, Dylan, you just love doing wheel spins for everything. Like, Jesus Christ.
We have to talk wheel spin before this episode's over.
The problem is Anthony says all this stuff. He talks a big game about this Patriots team, but when I present him with the big dog bet, he runs. You can't say he does. He talks more about this Patriots team than he does the Raiders.
That's also not true, but
it's Mike.
The only time I talk about the Patriots is when the Patriots is when it pertains to the Jets. When it comes to the Jets, that's when I bring up the Patriots because you guys have struggled to beat them. At the end of the day,
that doesn't exist.
You posted in the
you guys have struggled mightily. Like I posted the graph in the chat, Dylan. Don't act like you didn't see it.
And what you need to understand is, I'll get the graph. I'll go get the picture for you in the chat. I'll go get it. What you need to see is there's a lot of Patriot there, but we need to see the significance of the last Jet win on there and what happened after that win.
He's gonna bring up the one win out of like 11 tries.
Listen, what we did in that last win was take Bill Belichick, bring him behind the shed like old Yeller, and ruined that Patriot regime. Gone. Nobody that was there is there. No boogeyman, no nothing. That team isn't even a resemblance of what they were. Gerard Mayo went in there and said, hey, I'm tearing down all these banners. Hey, I'm taking care of all this. We're not this team. Because they're not. They're not that team. They have nothing, no tie to me at all. Because last time I checked, last time we played, we won. And that was with who at quarterback? Can anybody name me the quarterback who won that last game?
Was that still Zach or was y'all?
Zach, right. That was Trevor Siemian. That was Trevor Siemian who won us that game. Last time I checked, this Patriots team got worse on defense.
It don't look worse on defense, Dylan.
Again, I'm not going to hold nothing with that fucking trash performance of the Bengals where they had every right thing happen to them. And I'm not going to look nothing against the Seahawks team where they couldn't run the ball because Kenneth Walker didn't play.
You're qualifying.
So it's always an if scenario.
I'm telling you how that team won. I'm telling you how that team won. All I know is I'm willing to bet like 3 wheel spins on this game, and Anthony's trying to get out of here with like $1 bet.
He said 3 wheel spins. What happened to the letter?
And then when the Jets win, all I want you to say is, damn, this really isn't that same Patriots team.
You know why I'm not going to do that? It's because y'all play again. Y'all play again. All right. If the Jets,
they were going
to no. We're talking about one game at a time, Bill.
No, you said
one game at a time.
Not Mike.
One game at a time.
Did he not say they're going to sweep us?
Yes,
I did.
So if they don't sweep us, and if they lose on Thursday, then you.
But what happens if they beat y'all later in the season? Am I supposed to say it's not the same Patriots team? If they beat the brakes off y'all later,
not happening. Also not happening. So again, I told you I'm willing to bet a wheel spin that we sweep, and you don't want any part of that. I'm waiting. It's quiet. It's real. In the words of Trae Young in Madison Square Garden, it's quiet as fucking here. It's quiet as fucking here.
Well, I did propose the bet before you did. I did propose the bet of Gatorade.
You gave me bullshit bets. I'm telling you, I want 2 bets. I'll take your Gatorade bet for this game on Thursday, but I also want a wheel spin bet that we sweep.
I like that game.
See, this is what happens when I'm dealing with a guy who's not willing to back up none of what he talks.
I am. You just don't like the taste of Gatorade. It's not my problem.
We do 2 bets. 1 bet for the Gatorade, the other bet for the humiliation. Because let's not forget, you still owe me a TikTok dance.
This is true.
I forgot about that.
Of course you did.
I did forget about that. Nah, I think you should go back to appreciating.
I smell pussy. Is that you, it? Got him. All I know is you talk a lot of game for somebody who's not willing to stand on business.
Look at it. I had you guys going 11-6, and you're still complaining.
You're not.
I had you guys going 11-6, and you're still complaining.
I don't care.
You're still complaining.
You're winning 10 games to go to the playoffs. Why do I care?
I didn't say 10 games. I had us going 9.
Oh, still making the playoffs? Right, cool. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care that you're being nice, giving us 11 wins. I don't give a fuck about that. Don't care. The most insulting thing you can do is think that this Patriots team is fucking good, and you do this every year.
I didn't even. I'm almost positive I did not say that this team is good. I just said
every year you do this. You do this.
I just said they're going to sweep it. I didn't even say this Patriots team. I said they're going to sweep.
But take my sweet bet. Take my bet that we will sweep. Take my bet. Take my
that you guys will sweep.
That we will sweep the Patriots. Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Take it. Why don't you take it?
Because I appreciate it.
Why won't you take it? No. Why won't you take it?
Because I appreciate Gator.
No, why won't you take it? Why don't you?
Because I appreciate the taste.
And I appreciate humiliation.
It's not your humiliation, King. Is none of my business, Dylan. All right. You need to go settle that.
Get the other TikTok dance trend so you could do the other one. You're gonna wheel spin. You're gonna land on that.
One TikTok dance is enough.
No, and I still haven't got it. Who knows? Maybe I'll get hot gummy again. And you do the hot gummy while you do your TikTok dance.
Oh yeah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. God damn.
Listen, Anthony, I just want good content. That's all I want. I want good content. So take my bet. Take my bet. Stand on business. Stand for something or fall for anything.
I did stand on business. All right. Stood on Gatorade business. I stood on Gatorade business, man.
You would have been all set if you had bet on this Raiders Ravens game.
Listen, Anthony tried to tell me the Panthers are going to beat the fucking Chargers.
Yeah.
Hey, I will fully acknowledge that I was wrong with that. I will fully acknowledge that.
Let your hate flow.
Huh? The fucking Panthers stink. But I still don't think the Chargers are that good.
I also don't. So take my spin bet, my wheel spin bet for us sweep the Patriots.
I can't do
that. Because then I don't want to hear you say anything about the Patriots. If you're not willing to stand on business, I don't want you to say anything.
So is this gonna be your excuse if they lose tomorrow? I wasn't willing to bet.
No.
So I can't say nothing.
No.
Okay.
Well, yes, sure. I will actually say that. Yeah, you can't say you're not willing to bet.
No, Anthony, he absolutely will say that.
I absolutely will.
Yeah, I was like, he was trying to ask his I was like, yeah, you're gonna give yourself that out. I know that's what you're gonna do.
Well, good thing I don't have to worry about that. That's not happening.
Are you sure about that?
I'm willing to bet multiple wheel spins on it. Yes, I am sure. Are you sure? Are you multiple wheel spin sure?
I'm confident enough to bet Gatorade.
Are you multiple wheel spin sure?
Absolutely.
You're trying to take the easy way out by like, oh, I could get rid of a couple dollars worth of Gatorade. I don't want to do a wheel spin. That's you.
Sure.
You're not confident.
I ain't denying it.
You're not confident.
I'm not denying it.
Strong in your convictions.
Are you gonna take his Gatorade bet, Dylan?
How many Gatorade?
However many you want.
5 packs. 12. 5 12 packs.
5 12 packs. How much is 5 12 packs?
1 12 pack's like $8. 8, 16, 24, 32, $40 worth of Gatorade.
3 12 packs.
You said any amount that I want.
3 12 packs.
Now you're going back on business. You don't stand
3 12 packs. 3 12 packs. 3.5 12 packs.
How do you do 3.5?
He gets a smaller pack. 4 12 packs and an Aaron Judge Prime.
3 12 packs and 2 Aaron Judge Primes.
3 12 packs and 5 Aaron Judge Primes.
I'll do that.
Anthony, you're fucking dumb. You could have 5 Air Judge 12 packs gonna run you more than 4 fucking Gatorade packs.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it.
You're gonna be real mad. You're gonna be real mad when you have to come and bring in not only
that's contingent
crime that you owe
but
me,
Dylan, that's contingent. That's contingent on you actually getting it. You're not gonna get it.
Why? And when the Jets win, I will be getting them.
But they're not gonna win.
Anthony, we just made the bet. I can't wait to watch this game, to watch the Patriots lose, and you will be hiding. You will be avoiding the chat like the plague, like you do when you're wrong. You'll be running. You'll hit the feet and run, like you always do.
I mean, you also told me I was crazy. The Saints were going to win. What happened? So I'll test my luck.
I'll admit when I'm wrong, but you are wrong far more than I am when it comes to the NFL. Far more wrong than I am.
Let's go Patriots. Let's go Patriots. It's going to be a good game tomorrow, Dylan. It's going to be a very good game.
No, it's not.
What did I bet you earlier, Dylan?
What did you bet me earlier? What do you mean?
What bet did you have?
Mike wanted the points.
But I'm not on that game. I want nothing
on the Titans game.
Well, I owe you 2 right now. But we made a bet that
what the fuck was it? What was it?
I don't know. What happened earlier in this show?
Anthony got me all kerfuffled.
Got me too. That's why I'm like, wait, it's the second bet of the show. But now, I don't remember what it was. What did we talk about earlier?
I'll have to review when we're going through.
Well, I mean, yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what it was on. Regardless, this leads us to Fantasy Focus. We can wrap this on up. Fantasy Focus. Dylan, you have the points for the confidence picks.
I do. Right now, for the league, I lost.
I believe I got all of my picks wrong.
Because, yes, you did. Cooper Kupp got hurt. Matt Stafford didn't do anything, and it was just a failed time. It was a failed time to play them both. But, Mike, last place.
Last place in the fantasy league, yes. Last place in the confidence pool. Who's in first?
And Steven's in first place here. The confidence pool, Anthony is in first place.
So Roz wants to join the confidence pool.
Okay, does he have picks?
I can get picks. You can get picks from him. His only objection is if we're going to do something where, like we discussed, like dinner or something like that.
Yep.
Where money's involved, and he wants a clean start.
We'll discuss when he gives picks.
Okay.
We'll discuss when he gives picks because it wouldn't be right for us to have a jump on him.
Yeah,
but it will be nice to look at the total at one point before Roz got involved. So I will keep tally of all that stuff just to see total who has more right, who has more wrong. But Mike, as of right now, you are in last place.
0.
Because you got every single pick wrong.
Everyone.
Not only did you get every single pick wrong, I put for the Ravens that you said Derrick Henry's going to have 18 carries for 120 yards and a tutter, and he didn't have any of those things. He had 18 carries, but he didn't have those at all. So you are at a 0, my friend.
Just terrible.
Anthony is at 5. He lost his Patriots pick, but he won his Saints pick and his Chiefs pick. I am at 3. I got my Falcons pick, I got my Jets pick, but I lost my Niners pick because the whole Niners team exploded. So there we go. I am currently down 2. Mike is down all of them. So Mike.
With that, hit the music. Well, no, Anthony's winning, so Anthony goes first.
Anthony
is winning.
All right.
I'm
second, Michael. Turn my headphones down.
All right. So I'll start with my 3-pointer.
Oh, okay.
My confidence pick for the 3-pointer is definitely going to be the Buccaneers over the Broncos.
Oh, before you go, I wanted to ask for a rule that you can't pick a team 2 weeks in a row.
I'm down. Damn it. Yeah, I guess I'm down.
That's it. You can pick them as much as you want.
I don't like that. I like it more where we can't pick the same teams.
Okay, I'm with that too. We can do that.
So
and then that gives the winner the advantage because you're winning, so you get the advantage of going first. So I have to go last. So
okay, all right.
So let's do it that.
You can pick the same game, not the same teams.
Okay.
Okay, so there we go. And we'll implement
all right, so yeah, that's my 3-pointer is the Buccaneers over the Broncos. My 2-point my 2 points is going to be the Saints over the Eagles. And my 1-pointer will be the Patriots over the Jets.
I don't care what you say, Dylan. Anthony's standing on business.
If he was really standing on business, make your Patriots pick the third one. Make the third one.
Fitness.
Standing on business, baby. Standing on business.
My 3-point confidence pick is the Jets.
Wow.
Over the Patriots.
Wow. Oh. Wow.
Jets over the Patriots. This is why I'm saying if you really stand on business, you put them at 3 with your most confidence. You put them with your least confident pick. You're a loser. You're a fucking.
Were you gonna do that before I did that, Dylan? Were you?
Yes,
was that?
I was. That was a no doubt, no brainer. That was happening. For my next pick, for my 2, I don't like this slate of games. Really, outside of like that Jet game, I really don't like this slate of games. Give me. Oh fuck! I don't know. I hate all this. Give me Bills over Jags. Give me the Bills as my second pick. And for my number 1 confidence pick, I'm going to take the Chargers over the Steelers.
Ooh. That one. Talk about a game go either way.
Game go either way. That's why I wasted my number 1 confidence point on it because of the fucking Chargers to run the football, and that game is over. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, Mike.
Well, thank you for not picking any of the games that I was going to pick and making this fairly easy because I also don't like any of these games. But there are a few that stand out that I am absolutely willing to jump on. My 3-point pick, my most confident pick of the week, the Detroit Lions will go to Arizona and get a win.
Ooh.
I was looking at that game, but I'm like, the way Arizona's playing right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to stay away from them. I'm staying away from them until.
I would put that as a 3-point.
3. My 2-point pick. I don't like it at all. I don't like my 2-point pick. But I will let my hatred for sunshine reign.
Oh, the Jags.
And I will take Buffalo for my 2-point pick. Because I do not like.
I'm surprised none of y'all picked the Bengals.
You can't take that.
No, you can't because Dylan already took it.
I took the Bills.
Yeah, Dylan took it.
No, I took the Bills.
No, you took the Bills over Jags.
I
took the Bills with my 2.
Buffalo. Okay. All right. That's fine. We'll flip it. This was going to be my 1-point pick, but I guess I'll just move it to 2. and I really don't like this game either. But I can't stress to you, Anthony, how much Skylar Thompson sucks. I can't stress it enough to you how much he stinks. Give me Seattle for that 2-pointer. Give me Seattle for the 2.
That's a good pick.
That's a safe pick.
And for the one, I have no choice. I have no choice. I'm not going to bet on Tennessee, so I'm going to have to bet. I just can't. I really know that the Giants are going to show up, but give me Cleveland for the 1-pointer.
You think the Giants are going to show up?
I think the Giants could win that game. I really think the Giants could win that game. But give me Cleveland 1-pointer. I don't need to cover. I just need Cleveland to have one more point. So
I'm surprised none of y'all picked the Bengals over Commanders.
I don't trust
the Bengals
at all.
I don't trust the Bengals
at all. Like, Washington stinks, but I don't trust them. This Bengals team lost to New England, so I don't trust them. Don't trust them at all.
I was gonna pick the Raiders as my my 1 point, but there's something about this game that screams it's a trap.
It screams it's a trap. They were gonna be my 2-pointer, and I was like, no. Absolutely no.
I know one of y'all was thinking about that. I
thought about it, but absolutely
far away from that game.
Because the thing is, doing that, they're taking out Bryce Young, putting in, so I'm not even looking past that game, to be honest. Anything can happen. Any given Sunday.
Recap: Detroit for my 3-pointer. Who's my 2-pointer?
Seahawks.
Seahawks. And Cleveland is the 1-pointer. For this week's confidence picks. Roz will be included on this. He's probably going to give us picks this week. We won't be able to play it on air, but
we'll recap it next week. We'll go in once I get the picks, and then we'll eliminate week 1
and 2.
So everybody starts fresh because Mike, boy, did you lay an egg. Mike's just like, thank you, I got a mulligan.
Thank goodness.
A much needed mulligan. Yeah, there's too many games here where I'm just like, I don't want to put anything on any of these games.
I want nothing
outside of the Jet game. I'm like,
I want nothing to do with Minnesota, Houston. I want nothing to do with the Colts of Chicago. I want nothing to do with the Rams and the Niners. I want nothing
Chicago
to do with...
has potential to be like the most turnovers in a game ever.
I want nothing to do with Baltimore, Dallas. Yeah, it was just a lot. Kansas City, Atlanta, I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Nope. No thanks. Too many good ones. It's the problem is there's too many good games this week.
Yeah, there's too many games.
Competitive games this week.
Even Packers Titans. I mean, that.
I also want no part of that.
Yeah. Because you don't know Jordan Love's coming back.
Jordan Love's trying to play, but then it's like, okay, but if Malik Willis plays, like I don't care what he did last week. He stinks. And I just don't trust Will Levis enough to bet on the Titans because if that man finds another way to turn over the football in a game, I might have a problem for you, Mike. Mike's gonna be calling for Mason Rudolph real soon.
The fans at the stadium are also very. He still has a little bit of support, but it's teetering. It's teetering.
Listen, he's a 2nd-round pick. He's real easy to move off of.
So that is it. Quick recap: Soy Fight Club. Canelo won because that's what Canelo does. Caught that boy with a beautiful left hook. Sean O'Malley caught an L.
He did. He got dominated.
That fight went exactly how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, me too.
exactly how those.
I thought Sean would have done a better job of trying to get away, but he couldn't connect on anything to make him second guess. And by the time he did, it was too late. He hit him with a front kick in the 4th round with like a minute and a half left, and Merab was hurt to the point where he was running. He was
not
running
like it at all.
Did not. So I'm like, man, you did it too late. It just seemed like O'Malley wasn't listening to his corner.
I could tell he had already told him he was all set with getting taken down. He knew he was going to get taken down.
It was over. He just let it happen.
He accepted the fate.
He did Merab just did the Khabib thing.
Yeah.
And I think Khabib is a great, right? He's an all-time great. I hate his fighting style. Because all he does is just maul you. It's so demoralizing to watch. So I was like,
to me, there's great skill in it, but it's tough. It's tough to be like, yeah, I'm better than you all around. Because are you just good at one thing really well? Mm-hmm. Are you a mixed martial artist, or are you just a specialist?
Because if he was just going to stand up, he was going to get cooked.
Mm-hmm.
O'Malley would have cooked him.
So, and here we are with that.
Valentina won.
Who?
Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah, Valentina won.
So good. Get back on that W column, homegirl. That's a dangerous woman.
It is. It is. She is. Next week, we'll have details of this next week, because we can't do it until everything is set to Friday, set tomorrow or Friday. But the WNBA playoffs start Sunday. I can't wait. There's no need to recap the season. All the major awards are pretty much set. Asia's going to win MVP. Asia's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Caitlin's going to win Rookie of the Year. The Liberty's coach is going to win Coach of the Year. Like, this is all locked up. We know what it is. Once we get this seeding, though, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun because it's top heavy, but these lower seeds are hot right now. Because I don't know if Dylan may know, but the Atlanta Dream, they are laying right now. I was making fun of them all year, but the last 2 weeks, them girls have found it. So they should make things interesting for a game or so. I just want to see. We're all waiting to see where Caitlin gets, and I'm telling you right now.
Word is it's Connecticut. It might be Connecticut,
and
that's hell. She hates.
I'm looking at the standings. It's looking like Connecticut.
It's gonna be Connecticut.
She hates playing Connecticut. These
days ruins her nightmares, and I can't wait. And Roz or James should be running into the chat any moment now, because Clay Holmes just gave up a home run to tie the game in the bottom of the 8th. Any minute.
Mike,
just give it time.
Mike,
give it time.
What are we doing, Michael?
Give it time. Justin Turner with a pull home run that went off the foul pole. But nevertheless, 1-0 game. It is now 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th.
Mike.
And here and there goes.
Good. Pull him. I don't know if you guys saw this in the chat. I posted here.
Sorry, Game of Inches. Yeah, I saw this.
Kelsey Mitchell says she reached out to D'Angelo Russell for advice on the playoffs. I recently talked to my close friend D'Angelo Russell. We go way back. Me and him go back to the point where we trained together at Ohio State. We kind of know each other. So from that perspective, it was good to get a conversation in regards of how playoffs looked. Who gonna tell her?
Listen.
Because when I do it, I'm a hater.
You are.
But am I wrong?
You are a hater.
Am I wrong?
D'Angelo's been to conference finals.
His team has been in the conference finals. Was he dragged? Was he dragged there like a corpse? Yes. Does he play well in the playoffs? No. Somebody got to tell her she don't play well. He don't play well in the playoffs. Never has.
He has not.
Don't worry. I've only been on it for 6 years. It's okay. Whatever. Since inception. Whatevs.
I'm trying to see what happened tonight in the W, because actually tomorrow is the last night of the season. Okay. The Dream, Atlanta has to play the Liberty though, so if the Liberty care, that'll probably be an L. If the Liberty don't care, Atlanta will probably win.
I mean, the Liberty really don't need to care.
They don't. That's what I'm saying. I think it depends on if the Liberty care.
Who do the Mystics play?
The Mystics are playing the Fever, who will probably try to play because they can finish above 500 for the first time in God knows how long.
And who do the Mercury play?
Seattle. But the Mercury are locked into the 7th seed.
Even if they win and the Fever lose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Fever have the tiebreaker. Okay, then the Fever don't really have anything to play for either.
Not really, no.
No.
They're the 6th.
They're the 6th seed. Oh, that Fever Connecticut series is going to be a tough one.
DJ is going to be in a nightmare.
I know. That's a tough one.
Can't wait.
Especially because they're going to let them play more physical too. So and that bad body language giraffe Caitlin Clark is going to fucking throw a fit once they start pushing her a lot. Oh my God, is she going to start throwing a fit?
So just in case you're unaware, I'll let you know. It's the top 8 seeds. First round is best of 3. 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, blah, blah, blah. Best of 3. The second round, the semifinals is a best of 5, and the finals is a best of 5. So that's
Anthony, if Caitlin Clark is bounced in the first round, you're gonna hear it. If they get swept in 2 games, he's gonna hear it. Because the level of copium that this man is gonna be trying to just take into this chat. He's gonna be coping all up and down. Look at him; he's already now trying to figure out the ways to cope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't run from nothing, man. I don't run from nothing.
Hell, if the Fever get it though. So right now they're gonna play either Connecticut or they're gonna play Vegas.
Oh man,
there's no win there. There's no win because you think Dylan had 3 spins on the Jets Patriots? You had 3 wheel spins on that? I got 7 wheel spins on the Aces. 7.
I'd rather play the Sun Aces.
7. If the Fever get Vegas, pack it up. They're getting swept. Good night.
You said they're getting swept. They're not even getting. You're not giving them 1 game.
Swept.
No. Against Vegas? No. Have you ever watched the Aces in the playoffs play?
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night.
This is what they wait for.
Well, it's a good thing
right now is great.
No, I know she's great. She's the best player in the league.
She's the best player in the world.
She might be the best player of all time in this sport. Like we're that type of level of great.
Best WNBA player of all time.
Yeah, we're right there.
Not
there
yet, but
we're right there.
I wouldn't say
she's on the street.
We're right there.
She's on it. She's not.
Is she top 5?
Not
yet.
Yeah, she's not top 5.
Not yet.
She's not top 5.
Not yet.
Dylan, that's a strong claim.
Not top 5?
Not yet.
Of all time, she's not top.
Not yet. Not yet.
Because Dylan, you gotta think about the greats. Like,
not yet. She wins again this year, though. Then yeah, she's gonna be in that top 5.
If she wins this year, there's nothing. There's no top 5. She's top 2, and she's not 2. Because what? That'd be a 3-peat.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's cool. What that mean?
With her being the arguably the unanimous MVP, she's killing.
What that mean? Cynthia Cooper went 4-peated. Is she the GOAT?
No.
Okay. So what the 3-peat mean?
3-peat on top of being right now the.
Don't mean nothing to me.
Okay.
Not in terms of proclaiming her the GOAT. Not yet. She's the top 10 right now. She's top 10 all time right now. She wins this 3-peat. She is in that top 5, flirting with the top 3. But she has reached that point though where she really can't go backwards now. She can only climb. She's not going to fall backwards. But I'm not putting her over Maya yet. I'm not putting her over.
My problem with Maya to me is my favorite women's basketball player of all time. She just retired. That's it. She just retired way too soon.
She's not over Maya. She's not over DT. Honest with you, she's not over Tina Thompson yet. I don't think she's over Candace yet. I wouldn't put her over Candace yet, but you want to make the art. That's who, to me, she's jumping. She's about to pass Candace. She's probably clipped Lisa Leslie already.
What about Sue Bird?
Sue got an argument too. That's what they Dylan. Just throwing her number 1.
That's a bold claim.
Pump the brakes.
I don't think it's that bold.
I don't think she has to do that much more to get into that conversation.
Exactly.
I will give you that. But
number 1 right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Can't give it to her.
Luke Weaver came in and did what Luke Weaver does.
You got 2 outs.
Get me the fuck out of this inning.
There was no one on base. Here.
Get me out of the inning. Get me out of the inning that Clay Holmes fucked up. Get me out of the inning that Clay Holmes fucked up. Another blown save for fucking Clay Holmes. Luke Weaver comes in, he strikes a motherfucker out, and then he starts yelling at the ground like he does all the time. That's our replacement. That's our replacement, Mike.
That's why you love him.
Because I love motherfuckers who yell. Yeah. Love me a yelling motherfucker. Strike a guy out and then tell him he sucks. That's what I need. That's all I need. But no, Luke Weaver, you can't lie. Luke Weaver's been really good recently.
He has. I hope he keeps it going.
Good. There's our Clay Holmes replacement, Luke Weaver. Send Clay Holmes to fucking Siberia. Send him to the Athletics.
God, disrespectful. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can get notified when new episodes drop, when we go live. When we go live on Sundays with Sunday Night Barretto for the Sunday NFL recap. You can watch us on all the streaming platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. We are there. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, visual on YouTube, Instagram. We're on everything. We thank you so much for watching. Like we said, we'll be here on the 25th of September, which is coming rapidly, for our 100th episode spectacular / birthday celebration for myself. We will all be here. It'll be a fun episode. We'll have some recaps. We'll just have a good time. We'll recap the week and just have a good time that night live on actually gonna try and go live on everything, on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. But we'll definitely be on YouTube and Instagram. Maybe we can get on Dylan's Twitch if he lets us, if he's not shadow banned. There's only one thing left to do tonight, and tonight the same way all the time. I'm him for this week. Who is going to get it? Who wants to lead it off? I guess it's going to be me. All right.
You already got the big square.
Yeah, it's all right. It's cool. I'm him for this week. As the usual, if you watch this, majority of the time, my I am him turns into I'm her. And I'm her is A'ja Wilson. It's A'ja Wilson. She set the all-time points record, 1,000 points in the season, which is unheard of in the WNBA. And she just set the all-time rebounding single season mark in a season, which was a record she broke that was held by Angel Reese, ladies and gentlemen.
Great.
Who hasn't played in a few games, and
she's a rebound
already had the all-time greatest rebounding season ever. But
it really easy to do when you throw bricks up all the fucking time.
Still would smoke you. Still would.
Listen, I watched her miss open layups. I'd just let her go. I'd play the Olay defense. Let her go, because what better defense against her than no defense, sir?
Smoke you. 3 dribbles, score.
3 dribbles. I don't think she's capable of 3 dribbles without double dribbling.
Crazy.
I can show you that too.
Crazy.
But when I provide the proof, I'm hating.
You're insane. You're insane. I can't wait. We should bring this up on the live show and just have the poll on the live show. Crazy. Nonsense that you're speaking. That wasn't a strike. So yeah, A'ja Wilson, I'm her for this week for me, because she's just so special. She's so special. She's a great player. Shout out to Bam.
What do you mean by that?
Shout out to Bam. That's all.
Stop being messy.
Stop
being messy. Bamonte.
Shout out to Bam. Shout out to Bam. And that's it for me. Who's up?
I'll take it. I'm him of the week. Aaron Rodgers. Getting his first official win as a New York Jet against Mike's Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers. The first of many. Hey, Michael. Discount double check. Jet.
Oh God. Honestly, I'm him. I'm gonna give it to Kirk Cousins. I think he deserves it. That beautiful game-winning drive he let down there to win that game. He was just hitting, especially Darnell Mooney. Like, those are just some beautiful throws. And that, honestly, just given the fact that they're facing Kansas City, that was a game they absolutely needed. And that's why they paid him the big money, And, they didn't look that great against the Steelers, but that win really made me take seriously the NFC South, especially given the way the Buccaneers and the Saints are looking. So it's gonna be a dogfight in that division. So
shout out to the NFC South, way better than anybody thought they were gonna be.
I know.
Way better than anybody. They thought it was going to be a maybe 2-team division and they barely squeak in. Nah, it's a 3-team division and the Panthers kind of are about to get relegated.
Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield playing out their minds, and then you got this Falcons team.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield dropped a guy on Sunday. Hit him with a juke at that point. Went, whoop,
crazy work. Gave him crazy work, as Shady McCoy would say. Crazy work.
Shout out to Derek Carr taking that Shanahan offense and really putting that to work. Helps these quarterbacks get back on pace. Those running backs always end up working. Shout out to Alvin Kamara. Thought he lost a step. It looks great in the system.
Very good.
Very good in the system. Clint Kubiak, son of Gary Kubiak.
Out here defending the name.
Defending my dad's name, who used another guy's dad's offense. Shout out to the Shanahans.
We'll be back next week. We'll have WNBA playoff reviews from opening games. week 3 recapping the NFL. We'll probably have a clearer picture of baseball's playoffs too. I saw the Brewers clinch tonight.
So the Reds not clinch.
The Reds not clinch.
I was getting to that.
Shout out to the Reds for yet again not making the fucking playoffs. Like we always say, Anthony hung the banner when they beat us in fucking July.
Hung the banner.
That's the banner. That's the banner. The Reds stink.
Now this is Anthony.
Yeah, Reds fucking stink. Been trying to tell him. He's holding out hope. The Reds are bad. They're not good at baseball. They stink. Hang the banner.
They stink.
Fuck the Reds.
Let's update the Roz counter. He's if you see this man, please let us know. We have a here on the show. We'd love.
We got him on a milk carton like I had you on a milk carton this weekend, Mike. Couldn't find you anywhere. I was looking desperately for Michael. I was putting out posters. I had milk cartons. Nowhere to be found.
Nah, Mike, you were ghost. You were gone.
Donde estás?
You were gone.
As I stated in the chat, I was driving I drove from Atlanta to Nashville, going and coming. So
Mike was just dealing with Roz, and he just did not want to deal with me. He's like, I don't need to get it from that side too. No, thank you. I'm not going to pick up my phone. I'm not going to look at this chat because I'm about to get cooked. I'm about to get cooked. Oh, Mike didn't want to face his demons.
My phone was occupied.
Likely story. Terrible. My phone would be occupied too.
Damn, that was a 4-hour car ride. I was just in your ear the whole time. That's
4.5 hours, Anthony.
Damn, that sucks.
What Roz should have done was call me, and then we
both did call the chat.
I answered. It was just a black screen.
Oh.
And I think you guys were still in the stadium at that point. For the viewers at home, Mike has seen the Jets win more in person than I have. And he's always on the losing side.
I've seen the Jets win in person 3 times now.
Damn, 3 times?
He watched the Titans lose at his house and at our house.
I saw the Giants, 4 times. I've seen the Jets.
4 times.
The Titans twice.
Mike watched Zach Wilson win 2 games in person.
And I believe it or not, Anthony, I was in the building the last time the Jets hosted a playoff game when they beat Peyton Manning and the Colts by a zillion points in
you've seen a lot of Jets success.
20-degree weather. Coldest game I've ever been to. I also was there for that game too. Jets have not been back since. Haven't had a playoff game at home since. And I hope that streak continues. I really hope that for you.
It's Mike sounds like the Jets have caused him as much pain as they've caused me.
That man is hoping for you. I just hope you know that he wants that downfall this year.
Good. I'm glad. It's just gonna make winning so much more special for when I can just rub it in his face.
But it's so early though. I think the Titans are still in it. Jets obviously are in it. It's so early. It's 15 games left. But it starts next week for y'all, motherfuckers. I need to beat the Packers. I need to beat the Packers.
Must win.
Can't let the ghost of Malik Willis beat you.
Must win.
The Malik Willis.
That would be insane. That would be insane.
The Malik Willis
fucking insane.
If you guys lose to Malik Willis, I'm going to be unbearable.
What did he say?
Who's going to be who?
The Malik Willis revenge game.
He is not beating us.
Listen, if he does, y'all better call the Packers and see if you can get him back. We'll give you your 7th back, please.
If y'all lose to Malik Willis-led Packers team, that absolutely means Will Levis is on the hot seat.
Sell the team.
We will see where we stand, because I know if we come on this show next week and Dylan's Jets lost to the Patriots, I can't wait.
Don't worry.
Somebody's getting roasted next week. It's going to be me, Dylan, and Mike. It's going to be one of us.
It might be both you and Mike. If the Patriots lose and if the Patriots lose, if the Raiders lose and the Titans lose, it's a firing squad. I'm going to come in here guns blazing. Y'all better run from me.
Run for
especially
cover.
This Anthony motherfucker. He better run from me.
Lord help me if the Raiders. Shit.
If you lose to the Panthers, you have to just accept anything.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to find this. Fuck that. If the Patriots lose and the Raiders lose, I'm not being fuck that. That's just gonna be too much.
Remember those famous last words, ladies and gentlemen. From us to you, say goodnight.